not dating Beyonce. You know, he's never going to meet Beyonce. It's imaginary in his mind, but he pushes thumbs up. That to you feels like he cheated on you. It's because you are immature yourself. So you see her getting attention because of the thumbs up, and that attention makes you feel threatened. And women feeling threatened just causes so much evil in your life. Both of you should just grow to hell up, right? He pushes thumbs up on strangers' posts as if, you know, this is a relationship now. He should grow up. You should stop acting like pushing thumbs up means he married her. Both of you should stop being so stupid. I've tried to make you not be dumb. I've failed at that. You are an idiot. You and your husband. You and your wife are dumb. Is that simple enough to understand? All right, that's why you do the things you do. All right, you just do the things you do because you're unintelligent. Now, I would have you marry someone that's intelligent, but you didn't. You understand? You married a dumb woman, and she married a dumb man. So now what? You got to make your peace with your decision. He plays on his phone and thumbs up strangers. You look at it and feel all mad because she got a thumbs up. Both of you are 5. Can I move on? Next question. Go ahead.
All right. In the book of Ecclesiasticus 12:4, it says, "Give to the godly man and help not a sinner." Mm-hmm. But then Christ says to give to the poor.
That's correct.
I just wanted the general breakdown of that. So,
anyone you want to give it a shot? It's right in front of me. Go ahead.
Because you give to the poor, that doesn't mean that they're sinners.
Mm-hmm. That's correct too. It's different in the context completely, right? You read the one about give to the godly man and not to the sinner. That's in the Apocrypha, right? Read above it and below it. I'll explain. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse. What you want me to start at 1?
Go ahead. I'll take it. Go ahead.
12:1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it.
I stop right there. When you will do good, know to whom you do the good. Keep going.
So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits.
So read that part one more time.
So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits.
Meaning because you did something good for a good person, you will be thanked for your benefit because you did a good thing for a good person. Continue. And you have to know the person before you do something for them so that you can know that this is a good person and giving them something will be a good benefit to me, right? I'll be thanked because he's good. So he'll be thankful that I did something good for him or for her. Continue.
Verse 2, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense.
Keep going.
And if not from him, yet from the Most High.
Keep going.
There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil.
Keep going.
Nor to him that giveth no alms.
Keep going. Now to him that does what?
Giveth no alms.
Meaning if you're someone that doesn't help anyone, no good can come to you. And if you're someone that is always occupied in evil, no good can come to you. Keep going.
Come. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
I'm trying to get to the part. I'm looking for the part where if you bring a sinner into your home, they bring the sin with them. This is the precept you need. For time's sake, I'm gonna have to give it to you, right? There's a precept that goes with this that's speaking about brothers and sisters in the truth and bringing them into your house, right? There's a level of help that you cannot give someone in the world. And then there's a level of help that you must give to people in the world. And the context of these scriptures let you know the difference. For instance, a food program. You hand someone some bread, right? A piece of bread, $1 in a cup at a gas station. Give you the truth. Or then I can say be healed. It's in the New Testament, meaning if people are hungry, then what difference does it make if you tell them repent or change when they're starving? So first you got to feed them so that that need can be satisfied. Then we can work on the needs that are larger and more spiritual. But it doesn't work if the person is starving to death. You get the point. You have it up?
I was going to ask a question on the top.
Okay, go ahead.
So you're saying, do we have to know the people to help them out?
You have to know there is a kind of help that you do have to know them. And then there's a kind of help that you don't, which is why these precepts seemingly contradict each other when they don't. Because there's a help that you give alms to the poor, which is why it just used it right here. There's a help that's meaning there's a help that's bread, $1, an old shirt that you don't use anymore. Then there's moving him into your house because they're homeless. Then there's the big help. Well, if you do that to the wrong person, it's going to be a mistake. So you got to do both. You got to help people who you don't know that they're good people. All you know is that they're poor, right? Then there's the big help that you can only do to someone that you know. Do you understand? You got to know them. But of course, alms to the poor are to thousands of people that Christ didn't know. When he's out there helping them and feeding them and healing them and doing everything he did with them, he doesn't know him. He just knows this man has palsy. Christ healed a brother who had cerebral palsy, whose arms were withered. He healed them and walked away. He healed hundreds of people. So many people, a lot of them are not even in the Bible. He doesn't know these people, but he knows they're sick. Then there was a help he gave the 12 disciples with the fish and with the loaves that he multiplied, but with his power. Then there's help that he's given the brother over here who's blind, and the help he's given this person, and help he's given a whore. Remember, there was a woman that was about to be stoned to death. And he intervened and showed the people who were going to stone her that they were just as wicked as her. And then he didn't stone her. He knew she was a whore. He still helped her. You get my point? It's the level, it's context. So does that mean you should never put $1 in a cup at a brother at a gas station? No. You should put that $1 in that cup. You don't want to do it because you are just wicked. You're wicked, so you don't want to help any poor person because in your mind, you're jealous of his poverty. You think somebody should be putting dollars in your cup. You're jealous. So you would get a job. Give them the $1. It's nothing. The I.S.U.P.K, of course, we have food programs, clothing programs. We help poor people that we don't know.
Damn right.
And then there's the help we give you. Oh, we don't do that for everyone. Do you understand? Thing that we do for you, we do not do for the people at the food program and at the clothing giveaway. We don't give them what we give you. You understand? Come on. Go ahead.
Should we concern ourselves with what they do and say we give them money with it? Should we concern ourselves about what they do with the $1 or $2, $3 or whatever? Like if you like you say somebody standing at the corner shop, and most likely he's gonna go buy a 6-pack of beer, or he's gonna go buy drugs. Should we concern ourselves with giving them the money if we don't know?
So you go to the store and you buy the food for him.
Yeah.
But now, of course, since you bought food for him, he has more money for crack, doesn't he?
So you don't give him.
So then, what do you do then? You get the point? Like, let's say, so you like, okay, I'm not going to give you the money, but I'm going to give you the fried chicken. Okay, then now, since you've given me fried chicken, I can use my money for crack. Right? You ain't outsmarting them. You think you outsmarting them, right? Oh yeah, just give me the chicken, no problem. I take the chicken. Now I can save this money for crack cocaine because I've eaten today. This is what you should do, because no good can come to me if I don't give alms to the poor. Now I cannot help a sinner. That's a whole different kind of help. It's a different help. Give me the one. It's in the Apocrypha. It's right around here. When you bring them into your home, you bring a sinner into your home. So many of you won't put $1 in a man's cup, but you'll move that wicked cousin into your house. Yeah, tell me you don't. You move that nasty right in your house, sleeping on your couch. Now here they go. You move somebody into the world in your home. Some old nutty uncle you have that's going to touch your wife and touch your kids. You won't put $1 in a bum's cup. But here comes your cousin Jimmy. He need a place to stay. He need a couch to sleep on. Again. And now you move him right into your home, General Mayak.
Jimmy's finding weed smoke out your window.
Oh my goodness.
Pull up that car.
Right. I mean, my God, could you stop doing that? Could you stop opening up your door for your evil family members who are going to ruin your life? That kind of help you can give a sinner because that help affects you. It does not affect you if you give a bum $1 and he smokes crack. It does nothing to you. It will affect you if you move your uncle, your cousin into your house and let him sleep on your couch. That absolutely will affect you, brother.
So like you, sir, someone asked, LB asked, people of other nations, we give to them too?
Absolutely. Why not? The kingdom of heaven is going to be us taking care of them, feeding them. Let me ask you a question. Do they give to us? All of our food comes from white people. Do white people love us? But they still give us food. And whoever you help, you think you help this person, you think it's love. Right? You think I have to love them to give them welfare, to give them public schools. You get public schools from white people. All of your food, forget about Section 8.
Right.
Everything in your life you get from white people, and white people hate you.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven, we are going to give them everything. You understand? Everything. All right? It just that should be easy to understand. I don't know what else I can do for you. Go ahead.
I got a scripture you want.
Please.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest.
I think that's the one.
12 and 13. Come. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, move pity.
Mm-hmm.
For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
For a while he will abide with thee, stay with you. But if you begin to fall, he will stop staying with you. He will not wait with you if you begin to fall. He's with you because he needs a place to stay. We used to call it in the truth being baptized for a bit. So many people they join the truth because they need your help. You understand? They're homeless. They don't have anything. So now they join the school trying to get some help. So what do? We're proving them to make sure that they're not that kind of person. So now we make them go through all of these things, Hebrew Academy, this and that, a trooper, giving them orders and doing all kinds of stuff, just to drive them out to school before we give them the big help. And the big help is always coming, right? If someone stays around long enough, before you know it, they're going to need help. That is a sacrifice for us to make. And you want to get them out of here before that if they're not worthy of it. That's the kind of help that you give someone that you know who he is. You know the type of person he is. Now he's earned this kind of help. Then there's $1 that you give a bum. And there's an old shirt that your wife can't fit anymore that you give somebody at a damn food program that affects you not at all.
Right.
In no way at all, other than you making sure that you're taking care of people who have less than you. And that's that. All right, come on.
Salakia, sir. Is that why Christ gave the poem to the?
Give him a hand. That's why Christ healed a white woman, the same white woman he just called a dog. He called her a dog and then healed her daughter. Brothers and sisters, we're going to provide every need for white people one day. Every need. They're not going to be able to survive without our help. They're going to need our help to live every day. That day is coming. So you should prepare yourself. We are. Right now, if you're poor and you're white, we're going to help you, not because of who you are, but because of who we are. We don't want people to be poor and starve to death of any race. That means we should be in charge. That means we should be the people that run this planet, because you would starve us. You would hurt us. So why don't we rule the world? Because we won't let white people under our authority starve. We won't let Chinese people under our authority starve. Do you think that we let the things that they let happen to us? Do you think we would ever do that to them? We would not. Some of them got to be here. Correct. Somebody got to work. Anything else? I'm sorry, sister.
Sir, I had a question.
Please.
There's 2 scriptures in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and it mentions espousal and betrothal,
Mm-hmm.
but it mentions husband and wife as well. So I'm like, is that marriage?
Mhm.
The scriptures are Deuteronomy 20:7
We'll read, okay? What's the other one?
and Deuteronomy 22, verse 23.
Solid. We'll get them down right now, right? I gotta do my color purple too in a minute. Okay, let's do these questions. Let me see if I wrapped up the ones online as well, all right? I read the scripture for the priest, for the sister, please. See me one more time, please. Whoever has it, let's read it quickly.
20, verse 7.
20 and 7, please. If you have it, whoever has it can read it. You got it up.
Deuteronomy 20, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And what man is there that has betrothed a wife and has not taken her?
Mm-hmm.
Let him go and return into his house.
I'll explain. Betrothing a wife is the process of marrying a woman. Part of that process is betroth. It's the part that comes before the sex, right? Betroth is like a engagement. I'm sorry, you didn't. It's like an engagement. You get my point? Let me give you the whole scenario. It's how marriages happen right now in the UPK. It's the old way of getting married. A long time ago, your father would choose who you married, right? Your father would know this brother, know him, examine him, right? And vet him, make sure that he's of the proper stock that he should be from. Comes from a good family, a family your father knows, a family close to your father, right? And then he would arrange a marriage. That time of arranging it is the betrothal time. The time before you're actually, you had sex with him, but you're promised to him from the father. The father has said, throughout the warrior, if you don't mind, the father has said, I choose this man to marry my daughter. Now, usually in that time, you weren't married because the husband, the future husband, that's it, was getting together the dowry. Meaning he had to pay to marry you. The precept you need is when Jacob married Laban's daughter. Someone pull up for the sister, all right? There was his brother named Laban. And he had a daughter, what was her name? Rachel? Who was the first one? Was it Rachel and Rebecca?
Leah.
Leah and Rebecca, the water sister. He wanted to marry, I think, Leah, right? He wanted to marry her. The father said, yes, you can marry her, but you have to work for me for 7 years. Those 7 years was their betrothal time. She couldn't go marry another man because the father already said, you are going to marry her after you work for me for 7 years. So for 7 years, she was betrothed to him. That's betrothal. The 7 years was up, a whole mess happened. He married the older daughter. Then later on, he got both of them. You get the point, right? But that 7 years is the time when she was promised, but she was not given away yet. So the time when you promise a woman to a man before he actually takes possession, that time is called a betrothal time. All right, you're betrothed to him. She's betrothed to him. He's betrothed to her. You get the point. All right, read the next one. What was the other one she asked for?
Deuteronomy, and it's chapter 22 and verse 23.
Deuteronomy 22 and 23.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and the man find her in the city and lie with her. 24.
You get.
But is that equivalent to two, like in the school, two a brother and a sister courting?
That's exactly. In the UPK, we call that the courtship. If you and another brother are courting, you're betrothed to him, meaning you've been already promised to this brother. This brother cut me off. I knew it. Live age restricted. I don't know what the hell. Somebody got to look this up for me.
You start talking about sex, it's
Of course. So what was I going to say? So, Let me catch up. I don't know what it is. I think I'm still on, but you're in a courtship. So you can't court another man. You can't court two men. So if you're already courting this brother, you can't court someone else. You've been promised to him. Problem. No sweat. He hasn't paid any money at all for you. Everything is okay. You can end it. But you can't court another brother. You can't court two brothers at the same time. You get the point? In this scenario, this woman is promised to another man, right? And then she has sex with someone else. Keep going.
Verse 24. Then you shall bring them both out unto the gates of the city, and you shall stone them with stones.
And you got killed for that. You get the point. Why? That's the law. But what's the spirit of the law? What's the spirit? Why? Why is she getting unalived? She's not married to him. She's not his wife. She is betrothed to him. She's promised to him. Her father and him have made an agreement, and she had sex with someone else that didn't make an agreement. That it was not vetted by her father. Her father hasn't made sure that he comes from a good family, from good stock. She had sex with him for what reason?
Her father has authority over her, so she wasn't supposed to do that.
Why did she do it?
A rebellious spirit?
Think simpler, sister.
She was a whore.
She was a whore.
Right.
Give her a hand.
Right.
That's right. Speaking of the color purple,
Right.
yeah, she was a whore. Let me tell you something, and this is so important. Some of you sisters have young daughters, and you better make sure they understand this. This world wants to turn a woman into a thing of pleasure that has no meaning. Right. That's what they want you to be. They want your daughter to be that. They don't want you to have a mind. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to consider yourself something important. They want you to be a thing that makes people, that give people pleasure, and then they can throw you away. And this father is treating this daughter like she's important. You understand? She matters. To marry her, you better give me 200 shekels of silver, 10 goats, work for me for 7 years. Why? Because that's my daughter. She's precious to me. You're going to have to treat her like she's valuable, like she's not a thing that makes men happy, but she's a person that some man loves. Some father has taken great care over her to make sure that she's decent and honorable and witty and intelligent. This world wants you to be a thing that makes men happy so they can throw you away. Precept officers. It's in the Old Testament. It's in Deuteronomy. I just damn near described everything to you. You should be able to pull it up, officer.
For men married 2 wives.
Think about what I just said. A thing that makes men happy. That's what they want her to be. It's in Deuteronomy, a bottle of wine. That's in the Bible. That's what they want a woman to be. I'll show it to you in 1 second. A woman that goes out and she just has sex with some man, she's a slut. And if you let the sluts live, everyone becomes one. Because those sluts will get all the thumbs up. They'll get all the likes. Do you understand? They'll get all the attention, and then they'll be thrown away like garbage. And men want that. Men absolutely want you to be trash. It's their desire. I'll show you in the Bible. You have what I want? A bottle of wine and a boy for a harlot. That's what you need.
Is it in Joel?
I don't think so. I think it's in Deuteronomy or Exodus, I want to say. General Mahayaman.
That's similar one in Leviticus.
I think that's the one.
19:29.
I think that's the one, General Mahayaman. Tell them where it is.
Leviticus 19:29.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not do what?
Prostitute thy daughter.
Do not prostitute thy daughter. Don't make your daughter a whore. That was commonly done. Why? Because we were poor. So if you're poor enough, you know you have something in your home that everybody wants. There is no woman that cannot have sex with any man she wants. If you're a woman, you could have sex with the president. You could do it. Ask Monica Lewinsky. I wish I had a big TV screen to show you what Monica Lewinsky looked like. You should see her. Monica Lewinsky was just something that was around the president. He had sex with her.
Right.
Because if you're a woman, you can have sex with any man. I don't care who the hell he is. I don't care how famous he is, how rich he is. He will have sex with you. He will do it. You absolutely could have that. And you want to kind of teach little girls that so they're not surprised by the attention. You're a woman. You could go be with an astronaut, the president, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, every little rapper you see on TV, or Barack Obama, whoever. It doesn't even matter who, because he will have sex with you because you're a woman. Everyone understands. And when you're poor, well, people realize that. They know they have something that they can sell. They absolutely can sell. Keep going.
Lest the land fall to hoarding.
But if that happens, is this a bottle of wine, Mayak?
No, this is.
Okay, that's the one I need. This is an excellent precept. But let me get the bottle of wine to make you have more you want to read.
The Joel 3.
Okay, is that the one Joel Salaki? I believe. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think that's the one the sister said, I believe. Go ahead and read that up.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Mm-hmm.
They have given a boy for an harlot.
They have given a boy for a what?
For a harlot.
For a harlot, meaning a boy is equal with a harlot. So you take a boy and you turn him into something you gamble with. He's nothing. What will he? I'll sell this boy for a prostitute. Now this child who was a boy, now he's a prostitute. They do that all the time in the music business. Right. They'll take you and now your son is now someone that Puff Diddy can have. Right. Someone that Kirk Franklin can have. Someone, anybody who has money can take my son and now have sex with him. Why? Because I need money and this man is rich. So now I'll sell my son to be a whore. That happens all the time on the streets, and it happens in the music business, which you know about these from it coming up on your phone. Come on.
Some of the sports figures as well.
Oh, forget about it. Sports figures, some old coach is going to have sex with your son. R. Kelly, those girls he had, the parents gave those children to him. For a harlot. Keep going.
And sold a girl.
Sold the what?
A girl.
Sold the what?
A girl.
And sold a girl. Keep going.
For wine.
For what?
For wine.
Sisters, this is hard to understand because of what the world teaches women. You want something? Go ahead.
I just want to give you a time check.
Please.
It's 9:20.
Well, let me know when we got to end it. All right, just tell me. All right. This world wants you to be something that men could just drink up, throw away, or just spill on the floor. Like you're just nothing. It just makes them happy. That's that. They can get drunk off of you. They can share you with their friends. You understand? You're just nothing. You just don't matter. They'll spill you on the floor. And that's what men want. They want that. They don't want to look at you as something that has to be valued or cared for or considered at all. You are for fun. That's it. You're a bottle of wine. We all get drunk on you. We'll pass you around to all of our friends. We'll spill you on the floor and leave you there. And that is what men want women to be. It is their base desire to not look at some woman like she's something valuable, but to consider her a bottle of wine. And there's only one man that won't let that happen, and that's your father. He won't allow that. You understand? He's a man too, right? He is just as aggressive as those men that want to turn you into a whore. He's more aggressive to make sure you're not.
Right.
And that's what this whole law is about. That's why if a woman does this, she gets stoned. The man gets stoned because it's directly into our topic of the color purple. The color purple came, what do you have? Just give me whatever you have for the color purple, all right? And you got to read it. The color of purple, right? Let me just explain it to you in time, right? There was a book a long time ago written by this woman named Alice Walker, right? Alice Walker married a man named Marvin, Jewish name. Okay. Losenthal, Ribbenthal, Seventhal, Jehovahwitz, Jerry Seinfeld, right? She married him. Now, her and her husband got one of the first interracial marriage licenses in the state of Mississippi, right? After that, she wrote a book called The Color Purple. Now, I want to first read what she said about this book. Do you have that?
I have the article. You said Steven Spielberg says.
Not that next.
Okay.
Give me Alice Walker. Lesbianism in The Color Purple by Alice Walker.
All right.
That's what you need, all right? Alice Walker then wrote this book called The Color Purple, and then they begin to ask her, what is this book about? Alice Walker said, the book is about lesbianism. That's what the book is about. That's the point of the book, lesbianism. During a time when you couldn't really talk about lesbianism. But Alice Walker believed that lesbianism was the perfect alternative to dealing with the kind of men that she knew in her life. That she knew men that were cruel and evil and men who abused women. And she believed that lesbianism was the cure for that. Because then, of course, you could get attention, you could get kisses without having to be with this monster who took your innocence when you were 9. Do you get my point? All right. Tell me what you have. Tell me what you got.
I have the Walker Spielberg.
Not that. Next.
And,
I might read it for you. All right. It's all right. Let me see. I'll get them for you real fast. I'm going to read this for you. Okay, I got so much of this. There's a ton of good stuff. Okay. Okay. First, do you have Whoopi Goldberg?
I have Lesbianism in The Color Purple by Alice Walker.
That's the one I asked you about. Do you also have Whoopi Goldberg? You play Whoopi Goldberg and start it from when? Do you know when it started? It said you're going to start it at 1:21. Now this is an interview that Whoopi Goldberg did back after The Color Purple, the first Color Purple movie came out. Right? I started it from 1 minute and 21 seconds. Can they hear it if you play it?
Yes, sir.
Listen very carefully. All right. Go ahead.
1 minute and 26 seconds.
1 minute and 21 seconds. Go ahead.
1 second. I can get a second to skip to it.
No, sir. All right, then I'll go to the other one. Yeah, lesbianism in The Color Purple. I'll go to that. Okay. Here we go. This is Lesbianism in The Color Purple by Alice Walker essay. This is an essay she wrote about lesbianism in The Color Purple. Okay, introduction. All right. The epistory novel, Color Purple, is a story of resilience and great transformation where the author gives a lot of ideas, relationships of friendship, oppressive domination, courage, and the quest for independence. I'm going to skip down. As a child, she is sexually assaulted, right, by the stepfather and has 2 children with the stepfather. These experiences make her more inclined to a bisexual life, especially one she meaning Celie has with Suge Avery, Mr.'s mistress. This relationship brings one aspect of lesbianism that is expressed in the book. Meaning what? Because she was assaulted as a child by her stepfather, it brings her into lesbianism, which proves everything that Commanding General YAHANNA has taught us about sexuality true. What do they say now about sexuality? Who knows? They say you're what? Born gay. Everyone says that now. In this essay, in this book, they're saying because she was assaulted, it made her open to bisexuality. That is true. Then that means you're not born gay then.
Right.
You're gay because of trauma. According to Alice Walker. You're going to go see the movie. According to Alice Walker, this assault from her stepfather changed her sexuality. I thought you couldn't change that. I thought your sexuality was how you were born. That's a lie. That's a lie. That man made you a lesbian. He did it. He made you gay. According to Alice Walker, not according to me. Mr. made Sealy gay. He did it. Sexuality would be. Everyone understands, right? You have the video yet? Let me know when you're ready. Play it, please. I got time.
And should make out. They just weren't.
Nice and
One
loud.
kiss is all you get. You know, we
Yeah,
didn't
we
really
want.
talk about the fact that she was a but people on because the
121.
NAACP, then people were mad that we didn't make the book exactly. But it's like, you know, that's 1984. Nobody was gonna let me and Suge make out. They just weren't. One kiss is all you get. You know, we didn't really talk about the fact that she was a lesbian. We didn't talk about it because 84. We could say the word lesbian. Remember, you couldn't say it in the children's hour. Which
Let me tell you, you can pause it out. So many black women who saw The First Color Purple, they loved the movie. You love the movie because they did not show you the lesbianism in the book because they didn't feel they could, which is what Oprah Winfrey is trying to say. She's trying to say they wanted to really make it a lesbian movie, which is what it is. But Steven Spielberg didn't want to put it in the movie. So what do you get? You get one kiss with Suge Avery and Sealy. But the book, I'm about to read it in 2 seconds. It's a lesbian book to promote lesbianism, but the movie doesn't really show it. So many black women almost just forget about that kiss like it was just, a weak moment. It was mild because they didn't want to put the full lesbian in that movie that the book has. Give me the one I asked for, then go back to the one I was just reading.
Steven Spielberg.
Not that yet. Give me the one. I'm sorry. Play Steven Spielberg. You're right.
All right, come. Second. Steven Spielberg says he softened lesbian sex in Color Purple.
Say it one more time.
Steven Spielberg says he softened lesbian sex in Color Purple.
Steven Spielberg softened it. Steven Spielberg is who produced, directed. Ain't that something? The devil saw the lesbian thing like, God, that's too much lesbian. He's going to say it right here, too, what the brother just said. Go ahead, read it.
Steven Spielberg says he was the wrong director to acquit some of the more sexually honest encounters.
Steven Spielberg said, I couldn't even direct a movie this nasty. It was so nasty, I was the wrong director for it, really.
Damn.
I wasn't nasty enough. Go ahead.
Lucky. He turned down some money, baby.
Yes.
Jeez.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Lucky. Was the wrong director to acquit some of the more sexually honest encounters between Suge and Sealy in The Color Purple. During an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the 1985 film adaptation of Alice Walker's acclaimed novel gave Spielberg an opportunity to stretch from blockbusters.
We need to kiss and have sex with each other because men are so evil. He didn't have the heart, the stomach to do it, so he just had him kiss one time. But the book is a lesbian book. It's about that. That's the point of the movie or the book. Now go back to the one about what Alex, what's her name? Alice Walker wrote. Skip down to main body.
All right, the Walker Spielberg tandem.
Yeah. You want to go back to the one I told you about with the essay from Alice Walker about lesbianism.
Lesbianism and the
Now you will see the title there. It says main body. Scroll down.
Okay, kind of.
Okay, now you're gonna scroll down to lesbianism can occur.
Kind of. Share this screen. All right. Lesbianism can occur to the woman who live or work. So, like to the women who live or work together in a platonic or a more emotional level.
Man, Alice Walker is saying that lesbianism can just occur with women that work together on a platonic level because they're so emotional. Meaning, so many girls think they're lesbians simply because they're emotional. Because you cry so much and you're moved by so much and everything makes you feel so much. So because your feelings are so raw, You could just be a lesbian because you're emotional, because you want to be hugged, because you want somebody to cry with and to talk to you and to hug you. It has nothing to do with born sexuality. It's simply because you're emotional. That's what Alice Walker said. That's what I'm reading, what she said just now, which is in the book, which is the point. Skip down to the next part, the next paragraph.
The second lesbian relationship of revolt against oppression.
Read that one more time.
The second
have heard us when we were children. Here's the second type that Alice Walker was teaching in the movie. Keep going.
The second lesbian relationship of revolt against oppression is also vivid in the life of many characters.
So this second part is vivid in many characters in the book and the movie, The Color Purple. Keep going.
The ladies provide emotional strength to each other to ward off male chauvinism.
The ward off what?
Ward off male chauvinism.
So, and the book is trying to show you that if you want to come against male chauvinism, you got to be a lesbian. It helps you fight all this male chauvinist power. It helps you fight that off to be I thought you were lesbian because you were born like that. I thought you were lesbian because you were just born that way. That's how you're wired sexually. Come to find out, you're a lesbian just to fight men. Just to fight hurt. So now because you're abused and hurt, you're emotional. You get more emotional. She's been abused and hurt. Who abused you? Men. Let's rebel against it by kissing each other and rubbing each other to death. That'll show them. That'll teach them their lesson. Keep going.
The contrast that existed between them.
Where you at again?
It's like right there, the male chauvinism.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, you can see Shug's with male chauvinism.
Yes.
Shug, okay, skip down to Shug and Seeley's relationship is most pronounced. Go ahead.
Is that in the same paragraph?
Is right under main body. Is in lesbianism can occur. Skip down. Skip
in the book. When Seeley first sees Shug in the photograph.
In a photograph. Now Seeley is a Whoopi, right? Shug is like this beautiful showgirl.
If I could, in the movie, Shug told Whoopi, "You sure is ugly."
Yeah, that's what we're about to read right now.
Right.
Here's another thing that makes lesbians. It makes them, according to Alice Walker, the belief that you are ugly. If you believe you're ugly, if you're insecure, then you'll become a lesbian. Not because you're born that way, but because you have low self-esteem, according to Alice Walker. Keep going.
When Seeley first sees Shug in a photograph, she remarks that the most beautiful woman I ever saw.
Seeley saw Shug Avery, and she said, "That's the most beautiful woman I ever saw." Keep going.
Shug, on the other hand, initially insults Seeley as surely ugly.
Shug says, "You are ugly." Now, I need a sister to answer this question. Okay, this is important now. If you believe you're ugly, but you see this other woman and she is beautiful, and you think you're attracted to her, or sisters in the world, of course, think they're attracted to her. I'm trying not to give you the answer. What are they really attracted to? What's really happening? You see a woman and you go, "Boy, she has a beautiful body, beautiful face. Men like her." What are they really attracted to? Does anyone want to give it a shot? I'll take it online too. It's something that the author of this book understands. She gets it. Go ahead.
Attention.
No, not attention. Remember, she's ugly. You sure am ugly. She's ugly. She's not. Right? She's not ugly. I'm ugly. I'm ugly. She's not. You start a relationship with her. Because really, I'm trying not to give it to you. See if someone can answer online. 1 second, give them a shot. Online. Go ahead.
The idea of black authentic truth said the idea of being that beautiful woman.
Give her a hand.
I think that's the brother in California.
Oh, give the brother a hand. You know what women are attracted to? You are really having a lesbian affair with your perfect self. She's you. You understand? You want to have sex with you, but the you that's beautiful. The you that men like. And you look at a woman, and because she's just like you, having sex with her is like loving you. Loving you. I'm going to tell you another thing that happens. If you have a mother that's cruel, that's evil, that never hugs you, that never touched you, oh, you're going to find a big, rough, tough dyke that's going to be your mom. In prison, you're going to do what? If you've been to prison before, I know you haven't. You sisters haven't because you're so righteous. But in women's prison, what do you call her? Have you heard? Mom. That's what you call her.
Yeah.
You call her mom in prison. They call it, in women's prisons, they're families. You understand? That's mom. That's your mom. Right? You're looking for you. You understand? But the you that is not ugly, the you that is not too shy, the you that is not so ugly and stupid and boys don't like me because I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too ugly. Wow, look at her. She's everything I want to be. You're really trying to be with yourself. You understand? But the self that's better than you. It raises your self-esteem because she's a woman. She's you. According to Alice Walker, who wrote a whole book about being a lesbian. And then they made a movie out of it. Keep going.
In their first meeting, they became close. Makes Seeley begin to appreciate her worth and engage in lesbianism. In other instances, when she arrives home for Christmas, they are
for what?
For Christmas.
Say again.
Christmas.
She arrived home for what?
For Christmas.
What was she there for?
Christmas.
But when she arrived home for Christmas, keep going.
They are left alone in the house. Suggs asked to stay warm in Seeley's bed with her.
Now that's going into the book. Let's go into that if we have a little time. If you got to roll, just roll, Akim Akwati, all right? We're going into the book now. Now give me some excerpts from the book. Do you have that?
1 second. You have okay, I have Whoopi Goldberg on the
Not that. We already went over that.
The one we just read was the lesbianism and color purple.
Not that. This is a straight up. It says you can tell it's an excerpt. It's highlighting like yellow.
Right. So like if you can look. This is it. This sir.
Yes. Let's go into that. This is the actual words in the book that Steven Spielberg didn't have the stomach to put in the movie. All right. Go ahead. So this is the scene. So they're home for Christmas. This is after, and the fact that Alice Walker made the woman call her ugly, it's just telling you Alice Walker just understands how women get like this. You know, if you believe you're ugly and unattractive, you absolutely can drift into lesbianism to feel pretty. You're a woman, you want to feel pretty. If you've been abused and sexually abused by a man, you need to feel important because you feel like you're nothing, right? Alice Walker understands that. Here's the actual wording in the book. Go ahead.
She said, like she's surprised. I kiss her back. Say, too. Us kiss and kiss till us can't hardly kiss no more. Then us touch each other.
Yeah, that's in there. This is the book.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg said, I can't deal with that. That's too much for me. I'm a white man in Hollywood, and that is just too much. We're not done. Keep going.
On the night that Suge and Seeley first sleep together while their husbands are away, Seeley tearfully confesses to Suge that her own father was the father of her babies.
She tells her, this man, assaulted me and hurt me. And Suge, of course, is there to listen because she's a woman. She's sensitive. She's nothing like him, right? She's not a big, cruel animal, right? And she listens to her. Keep going.
Suge tells Celie that she loves her.
Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you something. This makes more gay men and more lesbians than you can imagine. Someone to just say, I love you. I love you. I care about you. You're beautiful. You don't have to be shy. Look at you. You're so pretty. This makes so many people come into the alternative lifestyle because they've never heard it before. You're not born like that. You needed love and affection. You need someone to care for you. You've never been cared for. So now someone that gives it to you, you'll give them sex simply because they're giving you the thing that you need, which is kindness that you've never had. You're not born like that. Trauma makes lesbians. Trauma. Who said so? Alice Walker. She said it. My father my stepfather is the father of my two children. This is what they said on the night they first slept with each other. This is what she told her. Keep going.
Suge tells Celie that she loves her, and her comfort soon turns physical. The two women allow their friendship to become sensual. Readers may hope that Celie, feeling safe and loved and honored by Suge, finally experiences the joy of sexual contact.
Why they do it? Because they're just, that's how their bodies are born, being lesbians. Because she felt safe and loved and cared for. You're not born lesbian. No one is.
Right.
No one is. That and you idiot. That's what you did. You played into his hand. Instead of being strong, instead of fighting your molester, you became the thing that he likes on Pornhub. That's what he loves. He loves lesbians. He can't get enough of them. He makes them. He creates them. Your uncle makes lesbians and then pleasures himself to the kind of women that he created. You might want to smarten up. You might want to hate him so much that you never become the thing he likes. What would your child molester hate? Who can answer the question? If you could go back and talk to your child molester, for the sisters that have been through it, I know what he made you a lesbian. What would he hate? Who can answer the question? Anyone? Sister?
To love another man.
He would be so angry if he found out that you found a man that is as brave as he was cruel, that is as kind as he was insensitive, and a man that now defends you when he used to abuse you. That would make him sick. I'm fine. He would hate that. That would make him afraid of you, wouldn't it? Right? Imagine now when he wants you to come to Christmas dinner and you have a husband and he can't abuse you anymore. Oh, we don't let our sisters get abused. You know that, right? That's something that we can't have in here, right? So that's what he would hate. He would hate for you to be the kind of woman that he could never have, that is above him, that is not touched, that is rare, not power. Above all thy might, above all thy power is thy what? You know what I'm talking about. It's in, I think it might be in the Apocrypha. Someone else, when you have it, just raise your hand, all right? But the brother up front can read this precept.
I'm starting 17.
17 up. Go ahead.
17. Oh, coming on concept.
Mm-hmm.
Exodus 32, verse 17. And when Joshua heard the noise.
So Joshua was the young brother that went up on the mountain with Moses. He stayed halfway up the mountain. Moses went the rest of the way up to get the 10 Commandments. He was from the tribe of Ephraim. Joshua, keep going.
Sir. When Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp.
So Joshua hears the loud noise from the people, and he tells Moses, there's a war happening down there. He mastered the martial arts. That's not what that noise was. Keep going.
Sir. Neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome.
Being overcome means someone is attacking them, and they're being overcome, overwhelmed. And so you scream like, oh man, they're attacking us. That's not what this noise was. Keep going.
Sir. But the noise of them that sing do I hear.
But instead, that noise was singing, just like the singing they're going to hear tomorrow. So much singing and caroling and the Temptations and the singing. That's the noise he hears. Keep going.
Sir. And it come to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the cow.
Leave me alone. Who was he telling that to? He said, therefore, leave me alone.
Oh, the Most High.
The Most High is telling who to leave him alone?
Moses.
Leave me alone so my wrath can wax hot against them. Meaning, leave me alone so I can get what?
So I can deal with them.
So I can be angry against them. My wrath waxing hot, meaning gaining heat, getting hot. You get the point. Keep going.
And that I may consume them.
That I may what?
Consume them.
What does consume them mean?
Destroy them.
Destroy them. Keep going.
Concept. And I will make of thee a great nation.
What does that mean? Let me give you a hand. I'll give you a hand. Where are you at?
Most High, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, take your time.
The Most High, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people?
What is he asking? Just translate it into today's terms. Why does your wrath wax hot against your people? What is that like saying today? Why are you so angry with your people? That's what Moses said to the Most High. Keep going.
Sir. Which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, you brought this people out of bondage. Now you're so angry at them that you're going to kill every last one of them and make a nation out of me, out of my seed. Keep going.
12. Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountain.
If the Most High God kills every Israelite after the Passover, after he brings them out of Egypt, what will the Egyptians?
Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountain.
What will the Egyptians say? So imagine the Lord did kill everyone that day because they made that golden calf. The Egyptians would hear about it and then say what?
He brought him out just to kill him.
He brought him tied to who is Moses talking to?
Most High.
So who is